today because that is our topic. Um, so, this is one of those topics that I just hear so much about. I cannot tell you how often this topic of product market fit comes up. Almost every conversation that I'm having, people are talking about how do I reach it? Did I get there? I'm working on it. I got it. Whether it's a guest that I'm interviewing on the Health Innovators Brain a video podcast show, whether it's clients that we're working with. So I wanted to be able to put together just a quick slide deck and kind of talk about some of the things, some of the questions that I often get asked. So just kind of recapping or kind of an overview is just, are you sure that you've reached product market fit? Can we be sure? There's so much confusion. So I hope to be able to debunk some of that and bring some clarity to everyone here. So the first thing I want to start off with is just the definition of product market fit. There are so many out there, but if we kind of go back in time, Mark Andreessen is the one that coined the term in 2007 with a blog. And the way that he described it is that product market fit means being in a good market with a product that can satisfy that market. And there certainly have been hundreds, if not thousands, of definitions since 2007. The way I like to describe it is product market fit happens when a product satisfies a very specific customer need in a way that is superior to alternatives that are available in the market. So we're going to dig deeper into that today. But I also want to share with you is when I was going through my doctoral research, one of the statistics or findings that I uncovered is that the number one reason for commercial success is that the innovator has reached product market fit. So it's a big deal. That's why we're talking about it today. It's a very important indicator of success. So, for some of us, we might be masters at product market fit. And for others, it might be, I don't really even know what that means. And so I want to just kind of illustrate some things here. This is the process that we go through to reach product market fit. So these 6 different stages, and what you kind of see here, step 2, 4, and 5 are different fits. So there are really 3 different main fits in the commercialization journey. And these are kind of like important milestones or goalposts that indicate success, indicate that we're moving in the right direction to be able to scale our businesses. So as you imagine about your own journey, you can kind of think of, you probably started with a hunch on a problem. I witnessed a problem. I think it's worth solving, but I'm not really sure. And hopefully you've gone out into the marketplace, conducted some market research to be able to validate demand for that. And once you did validate demand, then you decided that you were going to build your MVP. And as you can see here, as you're moving through this top phase of this product market fit process, you also see these 3 circles at the bottom. And if you're not familiar with that, those are the 3 lenses of innovation: desirability, feasibility, and viability. And so when we're starting off this commercialization process, we're trying to confirm or validate desirability. Am I building something that a market feels is desirable, that people wanted? And then as you go through that and you're achieving problem solution fit, then you're kind of starting to move into both desirability and feasibility. And feasibility is when you're able to validate that you can actually build what someone wants. You can think about it, I don't know if you all are familiar with the Jetsons, but I remember watching that as a kid thinking, the problem that I have is I don't want to have to do my hair every morning. I can't wait for the day when I can be like Jane and I can just go into some little box, push a button, and my hair is done, right? So, being able to actually having a need or a desire for something doesn't mean that people can actually do it, right? So as we kind of move through this, we go through desirability, feasibility. Now we're getting close to reaching product market fit, which is where we're deep diving today. And, we decided, we talked about what the definition of product market fit is, but this is really when you have like your greatest amount of confirmation around desirability and feasibility. You're generating significant adoption and you're generating significant revenue growth. And then you're getting to business model fit. And this is really the holy grail. This is the trifecta. This is where desirability, feasibility, and viability come together. And this is when you start to have that runaway organic growth that we all want. And then you can start starting to see that hockey stick growth of being able to scale our businesses. So this kind of just illustrates those three lenses of innovation, how they fit or work in parallel with the process of reaching product market fit. So you may be thinking to yourself, well, I still don't really know when I'm reaching product market fit and when I'm not. And I will say that you can probably feel when you don't have product market fit. We have all been here, is that it is when the process is taking way too long. Sales, I mean, right? We might talk, I mean, I know we have long sales cycles in in healthcare, but this is where we've just got really unreasonable long sales cycles when we're getting reviews from our customers and they're just kind of like, they're just kind of okay about whatever it is that we sold them or brought to market. Not achieving word of mouth, not being able to leverage that word of mouth spreading from one customer group to prospects and opportunities. All of these different things become barriers or indicators that really something's wrong with our problem and solution in our market. And we haven't really reached that yet. We still need to continue to do some finessing and iteration in order to make that possible. So the flip side of that, we just talked about what it feels like when you don't have it. So how can you measure it? So you've got some experts out there that says that it's too elusive, you can't even measure it. And then you've got other folks that give these examples. These to me are really good indicators of quantifying product market fit. So the first one is being able to measure customer loyalty and product market share. So you can kind of think of like customer satisfaction surveys or net promoter surveys. Those will be tools that you can use to be able to measure those factors. And you're kind of looking for like, how satisfied are your customers with the product? How likely are they able to, to recommend your solution to someone else? If you are able to achieve that, then and get positive feedback with that, then you're able to kind of get this indicator that you've either reached product market fit or you're getting close to it. Another one that you can do is measuring revenue growth, analyzing your sales data. So it's one thing for us to have 5 or 10 paying customers or something where we kind of maybe attend a conference and we get a boost of sales. But the key that's going to be an indicator with your sales data that's going to show product market fit is when you've got this consistent, significant revenue growth that's happening over time. And then the third one is really being able to measure customer retention rates, right? So are customers regularly using the solution? We know in healthcare that a lot of people buy stuff, but we really have a problem with usability. With usability, but we also have a problem with actually engagement and people using the stuff. So not just buying it, but actually the implementation and use of it. And if you've got a subscription model, are people renewing their subscriptions? So these are 3 quantifiable ways that you can measure, have you reached product market fit? So what are some of the myths around product market fit? The one thing that really stands out to me is that, a lot of times that we think that when I reached product market fit, that I'm done and I'm kind of moving into the scale process and I really don't need to think of product market fit again. And that's really a myth. That's not true. Product market fit is something that we always want to be mindful of. We need to continue to test and iterate. And the reason that is because you can have product market fit, but then customers' needs can change. And then all of a sudden you don't have product market fit anymore. And that's a big deal. Just ask Blockbuster, right? They had product market fit. New competitors entered into the marketplace. And all of a sudden they didn't have product market fit anymore. All of a sudden their solutions were not superior to what was all available in the marketplace. So it is something that we need to continue to watch for and make sure that we continue to retain that product market fit in order to be able to have that scalability and profitability in our businesses. A lot of times we think that we can achieve product market fit through intuition or just luck. And the reality is that that's not the case. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of resources in order to validate and track and measure product market fit. It's a lot of testing and measuring and iterating to see that all the things that the variables and the measurements that we're talking about here. And sometimes we think that it's really easy to achieve, but it's not. I have definitely been in the situation where I have spent years trying to achieve product market fit. And I'm not the only one. It's not unheard of for companies and businesses to spend a really long time trying to figure that out. And the last one that I want to talk about today is that this myth that product market fit guarantees success. So again, it's not like you get product market fit and then like, eureka, I'm done. It's just hockey stick growth from here on out. That it is a huge indicator of success, but it certainly doesn't guarantee it for all the reasons that we just talked about. Customer needs change, competitors enter into the market, market trends change, different headwinds that we might end up facing that would change that. So I want to end right here as we kind of go into our little Q&A and our breakout session, and just kind of leave you with a positive idea is that product market fit is the most important milestone for any startup or any new product. And so that's why I felt it was really valuable for us to dedicate our entire hour today talking about this as a group and learning from each other.
So much innovation. You've got my wheels spinning so much. And folks, if you have questions about any of this, we do have one question already, Dr. Roxy, that I'm going to ask you in just a second. But folks, put your questions in the chat. And if we don't get to all of them, I'll make sure that, Dr. Roxy, you'll get to this on like a LinkedIn post or something like that. So the question for you, and the reason why this hits really home for me is I was part of a dental tech startup and we were selling lights out. I mean, we thought we had product market fit, but when it came to adoption, it was crickets on the adoption side. And so at the end of the day, we didn't have product market fit because it wasn't being used by the customer. We just had a really good sales pitch. And so I think that's, I loved how you were talking about customer churn and making sure that you're tracking those numbers early on.
Yeah.
So Pradeep asks, can you please give some tips on market analysis?
So what do you mean by that? That's really
Pradeep, could you come in and just
Yes, definitely. Thank you. So this is the first time I am attending, although Dr. Dox is reminding me every time I missed it. So this time I remember in my mind. Anyway, so my problem is like my question is product market fit is the good one, but prior to that, how to understand the market, where are we? For example, metaverse is not ripe. I mean, I believe not timing to the market. So they may be not good market product market fit. So how do I suppose I have an idea? How can I analyze the market, whether it what are the some tips, whether I have to take some surveys or I will talk to some domain experts, or how can I get understand whether my product is fit to the market or not at this point of time?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because before as we kind of were talking about in that process, that before you can even think about getting a product market fit, you've got to be able to achieve problem solution fit. And so just what you said is exactly what you want to do, is interviews and experiments is the greatest tools to use. What I always encourage clients to do is to make that conversation with target customers part of their culture. So it's not just a market research project that has a beginning and ending, but that you're just staying close to the customer and that you're asking them, those questions. And, I think we use this example a lot about Steve Jobs. When Steve Jobs was innovating the iPod, he wasn't going to be able to go out into the market and say, hey guys, what do you want after the Sony Walkman? And no consumer was going to say, what I really want is an iPod, or what I really want is 1,000 songs in my pocket. So it really depends on whether you are trying to innovate an incremental innovation or something that's really revolutionary. But either way, you want to be able to, there's a lot of best practices around how do you frame those questions, how you ask those questions. And then I always encourage having a third party do it alongside of you. So there's value for you to do those interviews and conduct that research yourself because you get those answers firsthand, but it's also valuable for you to have a third party because a lot of times you're infusing a lot of confirmation bias into that process, and no one's going to tell you your baby's ugly. And you often are not looking for people to debunk your idea. You're looking for people to validate what you already believe. And so when you have an outside team that's doing that for you, it can help remove a lot of those biases that can prevent you from getting the insights that you really need. Great question.
Excellent. I'm going to stop the recording here. Thank you.